bang to the blender. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Thursday night Q&A. Hope everybody's having a great day, having a great week. We are going to go over some questions that came in through Patreon because we were back to that now, asking those in the morning and then letting y'all come and, or, answering those. And then, of course, if you have a super chat, get in the comments and use a super chat. We'll drop what we're doing and we'll ask that question as well. A couple things before we get started tonight. A couple things I want to run by you, and also I want to, ask you actually, and to let you know about. 10% off everything P90 this week on DylanTalksTone until Sunday night at midnight. So if you want a P90 thing, that could be our humbucker size stuff. That could be our Jazzmaster size stuff. That could be regular. That could be dog ear. Any of that stuff. All that stuff. I think Enduros too. 10% off this week. Even some of the custom colors and stuff. Those are going to be a thing. So there you go. Go get them. Also, Tom. So we have been getting badgered incessantly.
Does he go by Tom?
Tom S.
It's not Thomas. It's Thomas.
Whatever. Okay. Either one. It's Tomas. It might be. Yeah.
That's how he spells it. But
okay.
Now I need.
So hold your cup up, hon. We now have on the website the DylanTalksTone mug and the DylanTalksTone Squatch mug. And they're available in a couple different colors. So you can now order them. We actually just order them in bulk and then we engrave them here. So
Vanna White. But I did see where she just got married.
Vanna White got married?
Random.
Yeah. I wonder how young was the husband?
Not really.
No? Okay.
Younger than her because I think she's older than you think. But.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't Pat Sajak.
No, that's creepy.
That is
No,
creepy.
I think they've been together like 10 years.
So, you can go ahead and go buy those mugs, those tumblers now. And if you want some other random color,
Oh, I got it totally wrong.
What is it?
His name is Tom Askey.
I think I knew that because he's ordered stuff.
I thought his name was Tomaski.
There you go. Okay.
I'm sorry. You've been letting me do that for a week.
You watching like too many Netflix for like European shows where everybody's not Tom, they're Tomas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My bad.
So anyway, those are available. Also, the other thing I want to talk to you about real quick is I got some new acrylic material in this week or today, like literally like 20 minutes ago. And Brianna and I were talking about this. I mentioned it to you. We're trying to figure out, we want to encourage people to buy this stuff, like the cooler colors. So what I would like to do is kind of just throw in the comments. We want to do. Don't hit
me.
I won't. We want to do like a week special, maybe next week, where you can buy any pickup that we make with this stuff. So any humbucker, Enduros, Telecaster, Strat, P90s, Enduros, humbucker size P90s can all be done with any custom of our custom materials. So tonight, if you see something, I'm going to show you a couple of colors. If you see something that you're interested in, put it in the comments and we'll see if we can get kind of a survey. There's too many colors to do like a poll. I've got like 5 colors here. So we've got the red sparkle. That's a good thing. I'm actually making tomorrow, and this has plastic on it, so you kind of have to imagine it way shinier. This is actually blue mirror, which is pretty cool. So we're actually doing I'm actually doing a set of pickups for a guy tomorrow.
Do you want me to hold the?
No, I can. Yeah, actually, that might be good. This is a translucent sparkle. So it's basically like a clear metallic. And it looks like cheap plastic, but when the plastic is off of it, you see what I mean? It's more clear and And it's multicolor metallic, so it's very, very cool. So there's that. This is a really interesting, like a marbly swirl that could really match a lot of, more wood-toned stuff, wood-toned projects. And it's hard to show it on the camera, but there's a lot more contrast here than you can see in the material.
Also got a lot of clear, like the
like the windings might actually show through it some.
Yes.
Yeah, because of the translucence. This is a terrazzo pattern that initially I got it out of the thing and I was like, ugh. But when you pull the plastic off of it, it's really cool. So it's like same thing, kind of like a translucent terrazzo pattern with blacks and golds. And then this one's really interesting. This is actually black and like gold leaf and white, which I find super interesting too. So, oh yeah, that's cool, man. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to pick one of these colors and say, you know what? Any pickup made with this color next week is, 10% off or whatever. I don't know. Though. I just haven't decided. I'll leave them sitting here and maybe we'll revisit that in a little bit. But that's something that I was thinking about. Before we get on to our questions, we also have Rig of the Week. And when I say Rig of the Week, I mean Rig of the Week. So you can go to DylanTalksTone.com. You can scroll down. There's a little Rig of the Week thing you click on, and you could submit a picture. Every week, we pick one. We show it to you. At the end of the month, we're going to take the 4 that we've picked throughout the month, and we're going to let you vote on the winner for the month, and that person will win something cool. Last month, it was a toolkit from StuMac. So let's look at this week's Rig of the Week.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's pretty neat, man. And I know it's just a guitar and an amp. Looks like it's leaning against the bed, but
It is.
it is. But as you look at more, you start to realize, wait a minute, that's a sleeper cab of a truck, which is pretty cool. It's clean. It's neat. I like the shadows. He's got some old concert t-shirts there, it looks like, which is pretty cool. So he tried to kind of really theme the thing out. And this is the most, if you could call a Rig of the Week, this is the most Rig of the Week thing there ever was. Because it's actually in a rig, which is pretty cool. So this is the one we picked. Leslie and I and Brianna all looked through all the submissions and we picked this one for this week. So he'll make it to the finals at the end of the month. So there you go. This week's subject is going to be, if you had a signature sound, what would it be? I want to know from you. Okay, let's say you were going to build your signature guitar. Not only what would it be, like Strat style, single hum, blah, 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 but why? What is your signature sound? What do you default to? We all default to something. We might explore other tones, but a lot of times we default to something. So what is that thing? Get in the comments and talk about that while we go through our Patreon questions.
All right. Zoltan. Hey, Leslie and Dylan. Comment on last Tuesday's live chat. My use case for cheap guitars is to test new shapes with no regrets before investing into the concept. HB, Harley Benton, helped me to figure out that I dig 7-string fan frets, and I bought a custom shop mayonnaise. As a result, I also found out that V-shapes, explorers, baritones, or 5-string basses don't work for me. If I was ever to consider headless, I'd also get a cheap one to play around with before putting up Strandberg kind of money.
That makes a lot of sense. That really does make a lot of sense. Yep, I get it. Yeah, because then if you decide you don't like a shape or a format or something,
and figured out you liked something.
Yeah, Yeah, and if you bought a Mayonis, which I mean that's probably $3,000 or $4,000, and didn't like it, then that would be a much more expensive mistake. Yeah, makes sense.
That's cool. Gary.
The snail.
Hey, Dylan and Leslie. If you change a neck for a longer baritone neck, how does that affect the pickup placement on that guitar? Or should you build a separate body with different placements?
Well, you still won't really be able to change the placement because the length of the neck and the bridge are going to be in the same place. You'll still have that same amount of distance between the two. I mean, theoretically, you could look at it and like break down the nodes and antinodes and move stuff back and forth an eighth of an inch or whatever. But really, it's for most people, unless if you were engineering a guitar from scratch, you would probably go through that whole thing. You could go through that whole thing and it may make a difference. But for the purposes of what we're talking about, you would only end up moving things probably very, very small amounts, and it may or may not make a difference. It may not be worth the trouble.
Rob. Hello, Leslie, Brianna, and Dylan. Dylan, I am curious why you consider Joyo products in the same league as cheap Amazon stuff. To me, they are similar to Nux. Is that a word?
Nuix.
Nuix. They have a wide range of inexpensive quality products from amps to pedals. They have a U.S. distributor and can be found in lots of guitar stores. The one time I needed customer support, the distributor had a replacement amp in the mail to me the same day. Thanks.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that. And thanks for telling me that because I didn't know that. The only place I've ever seen that stuff is on Amazon. I have not had the same experience that you have had. So I've not seen it in a store. I've not seen anything anywhere except for just on Amazon. So I have not had that same experience. I did not. That's good to know that stuff has, good customer service and a distribution network and stuff. To be fair, the stuff's more expensive as a result, but that's good. No, I'm glad. I didn't know that. I didn't know it at all.
That was the end.
Cool. Well, what are they saying in the comments? I want to know I want to talk about signature sound, and I want to talk about acrylic color and whatever else you all bring up.
All right. Robert Hastings, who of course is not here because he's always at rehearsal. I do try to use different pickups for different tones to complement the various other instruments, different ensembles for different songs, so I go for a different sound. Is that a signature?
So it sounds like you need some versatility. That's interesting. I've heard that from a lot of, because I think he does some praise and worship stuff and some that I've heard that people need a lot of flexibility with that stuff.
He also said, I don't think I have a signature sound per se. I can be predictable, though, and sometimes I correctly predict what the other musicians will do. That's funny. Tom Askey says, got the loaded pickguard installed today and love the pickups more than I can say. They sound so good. And the workmanship is stellar. I am very, very happy.
Awesome, man. I appreciate that.
I forgot that I was supposed to be on task here.
That's okay.
He also said, I can't quite find a metal tone yet. What is realistic for my pickup combo of Hot 5s and Super 8 going into a Katana Air EX?
Okay, so if you're using a Katana, try playing around with any of the EL34, based profiles. So like your 5150 kind of like or a 6505 kind of thing. Try that stuff. That'll be with those pickups. That'd be real good.
He had a subsequent question of, can Enduros make a metal tone through a Katana Air EX?
Yeah. they're not going to be as, yeah, they could. I think it depends on a lot on the amp, but probably not as much as what you have.
He also says, my signature sound live is my teeth rattling in terror.
That's pretty funny.
All right. Earl Patch says, that's tough. I'd want a signature clean and a signature distorted style.
Okay.
Tom Askey, I'm not sure of my signature sound, but Squire pickups ain't getting me there.
That's great. I love this mental exercise because a lot of us think of like big famous players and what they think they need to sound like, and they do this thing every night, and then we try to sound like them. But for those of us that just play at home or maybe play a couple of gigs or whatever and aren't on that level, do we have one? You know, and I think a lot of us do and don't give ourselves credit for it.
Offbeat Bass Gear says the growly bass tone in the beginning of Wood by Alice in Chains is the tone that I've always tried to replicate, save for thumb slapping, which is the bang-a-gong tone from Power Station.
I get all of that. That's rad. I like distorted bass tone. I really do.
Vinny says, my default is usually some single coily style pickup. Could be humbucker as long as it's not too dark. Just need the highs to cut through. Into a modern high gain amp along the lines of a Soldano or 5150.
So that's why you like our stuff so much. That's interesting.
Dusty Dive. I'm a big one pickup guitar guy, Esquires, Juniors, etc. I'd probably have a signature single bridge humbucker with a coil tap and that funky neck position on the switch with that cocked wah sound.
Ooh, I agree. And some fuzz. Heck yeah.
Dave says my default go-to for just random noodling is usually a PAF type humbucker into a Marshall JCM 800, but I have so many amps and guitars because I like lots of things.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Mike. I like the red channel high gain on my EVH 5153 through my Ingve Strat. Can't play like him, but I love it.
That's cool.
Cave Badger says for a signature sound, Fender and or Vox amp on the edge of breakup, overdrive pedal with the gain turned down and the volume to push the amp, then either a Les Paul Strat or Firebird for the guitar.
Who is that?
Cave Badger.
Okay. I was about to say, and you broke up the pattern. So that I was just curious who it was because I missed the name. We got a lot of high gain and modern type amp folks here tonight and modern tone folks here tonight. And then Cave Badger came in with the edge of breakup, more kind of vintagey tone, which is interesting because you're kind of, I don't want to say you're the first one because there's been some others that are sort of similar, but we've had a lot of modern and high gain folks, which is interesting.
Dog Dr. Tim said my signature sound should make dogs howl.
I mean,
appropriate for his.
It would be appropriate.
I mean, just tie it all together. Hogman Hawk says I like a Friedman BEOD into Boss DD3 delay and clean amp.
Okay, that again.
That's a lot of letters.
Higher gain, more than I would have thought.
All right, you want me to? I'm gonna go back to the top now. Chris L says, maybe I missed it on your last deep dive on P90s, but how did they get their name, P90s?
They, that was just the model number in testing. So the P13, the P90, all that stuff was just based on like probably some kind of notes in a notebook. But it was like the design or model number that they were working on. Literally like a pickup, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Tom Askey says, what color goes with sapphire blue Stratison?
What?
Sapphire blue. What color goes with sapphire blue Stratison? That's what the word looks like.
Sapphire blue. Is sapphire blue okay? When I think of sapphire blue, I think of the blue sapphire blades on those Protex. Is that sapphire blue?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what goes with that.
What do you mean? What goes with that? Like that's a body?
Yeah. Ooh, if you did wanted to do something with that, I would do some sort of golds or bronzes or brass. We do that brass mesh. We do the bronze mesh. We do like all that
Keep
stuff.
the blue the same.
Yeah. We've not done those in a while either. We could do some metal. That'd be cool because we haven't done that in a while either.
Dog Doctor Tim said, put the black, white, gold on that Adam Hawley PRS I sent you the link to.
Yeah, I saw that guitar, and yeah, I came really close to buying a PRS, but I'm just buying other stuff instead.
Oh, he was trying to say Stratasonic. A blue sapphire Stratasonic.
Oh, blue sapphire Stratasonic. Who is that?
Tom Askey.
Oh, it's for you. Do you trust me? I could make his guitar look really cool. Of this stuff that we've got, I wouldn't use any of this. I would use we've got some other colors though. I'll send you a couple of pictures maybe. Yeah, it's too busy though. I know what I would do. I would use like brass. I would use brass and chrome mesh. I'd use brass mesh, chrome surrounds, and chrome screws.
He said, you're speaking my language. Let's talk later.
Okay, cool.
He's very active in the chat tonight. I got Thomas did it again. I don't know why I want his name to be that. Tom says, I got a Hills headless with Fishman Fluence Modern, and it's freaking cool.
Those are neat.
I think that was in response to probably Zoltan's thing about trying a headless. Or if he wanted to try a headless. Hawkman Hawk says, could you do one of those cool materials on your Quattro humbucker? Been tempted to try one in my Performer Honeyburst Strat with a cool single hum pickguard.
Yes, we could. We could do that.
Tazzy Tim said Gretsch with a reverb through Vox 100.
Swimmy. That's awesome.
T-Bone says edge of breakup and a Strat in the neck position.
Okay.
Eric 69. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm not good enough to have a signature sound.
See, and this is why we're talking about it, because I think everybody's good enough. I think there are things that we default to, like what are your favorite settings? Like when you know, I like to explore stuff and find crazy stuff, but when you don't want to think and you just want to sit down and just relax and play, what do you go to? Honestly, it's an acoustic for me, but you know, on an electric guitar for me, it's probably going to be the guitar I've been defaulting to lately has been my Paisley Challenger.
If they doubt if these Cubs work, they work great.
Oh, because you have tea and it's not.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
It's not. Oof. It's so hot.
Yeah. Awesome.
The Cubs work great. D.E. George.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've got tinnitus. How do you say that word now?
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to always think it was tinnitus, but I think it's not. That's getting worse. Being raised by an audiophile, it's annoying not to be able to hear the nuances that I used to. Just a sign of getting old.
Yeah, I worry about. I mean, I don't have it, but I make sure that I used to work in a factory for a little bit, and of course, I shoot a lot and um wear headphones a lot. Like I really always want to make sure that I'm not losing my hearing. Like I care about that.
I
And
mean, that doesn't mean you're losing your hearing.
I use
I definitely have that all the time. What was that sound we heard one time? And I was like, that's what it sounds like in my head. You were like, all the time?
man. Yeah, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine.
All right. The TC Clark edge of breakup on my Rick 360 or fuzzed out Jazzmaster. It's slowing down. You need like a second topic or something. What's your signature sound?
So I was about to say that. So obviously it's going to be P90s. And I think I would go to, I know I say that I like to stick with a simple thing, but I think mine's going to be like 300 milliseconds of analog delay, spring reverb, and a P90 that is when everything is on 10 through a 6L6 like driven amp. That's going to be my thing. I like that a lot. Just a big open, like if I could have any amp and any guitar combination, it would probably be a Fuchs ODS 50. Which is basically like a Dumble, but it's 6L6s. With my pink Paisley Challenger. That's probably, and then, any number of time-based things and I would like to have an analog delay, and I would like to have some sort of overdrive, but not necessarily a tube screamer. Probably a King of Tone. That would be my jam. Yep. I used to have a King of Tone, and I sold it, and it absolutely bums me out that it's like almost impossible to get another one.
Yeah. Eric69 lately using an SG clone through a rat into Gen 3 Katana Artist Clean.
You're like the third or fourth person with a katana tonight. That's really cool.
And then he said, seriously considering your P90s for the SG.
I mean, if you have an SG clone of any kind, including an Epiphone, I mean, everybody else will get in the comments. You don't have to listen to me. It will completely wake up that guitar. It'll feel like you got a new guitar. It will.
Steve B says, my go-to is your center punch using a J Rocket Archer or J Rocket GTO into a twin amp, and your P90 into the Archer is killer for
Yeah. So he's going more clone into a Fender. That's rad.
K Sharp Gibson 61 reissue FM9 Fractal train wreck amp in the Fractal put through my Vox AC30 amp Plexi Eric Clapton 60.
So you're pretty high because train wrecks are pretty high gain, right? Like that they do that well. That's pretty cool. Les Paul into a train wreck. Holy smokes.
Dave said different Dave. Says, I think I'm down to about 2 years away on the King of Tone list that I got on 5 years ago.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You did?
I did get on another list again because I really want one. But the other thing is I don't know if he'll sell it to me because I sold mine. But I also didn't sell it for $1 million. I only sold it for whatever I paid for. You know, I'm not that person, but he's pretty strict about that. Then again, you know, I'm doing all this other stuff. Did you see this Quad Cortex Mini that just came out for $1,300? That thing looks pretty neat. With a full touch screen and everything. Like, that's pretty cool. And it's supposedly mostly the feature of the full Quad Cortex, but it's in a little box like this big. Really cool.
Sean McMillan says, default for me is humbucker in neck position. Gotta have high quality controls that lets it clean up if I want. Usually have light delay and a fair bit of reverb.
You have a set of center punches coming to you right now, sir. They are on the way.
That's cool. I am all caught up. This is so weird.
We shipped a ton of stuff today.
Yeah, to the point that I couldn't ship what I wanted to.
Yeah.
No, you said the mail already.
No, the mail already came. But like we have a full mailbox full of stuff in here ready to go in the morning. Like we might have to probably go to the post office tomorrow because it's crazy. It's I built 2 pick guards this afternoon. Probably going to build another one in the morning. We've got, I don't know what we sold today. We sold a bunch more P90s today. Like 6 or 7 or 8 or I don't know. There was a bunch. And then, yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been really busy. It's been super fun. Yeah, we're busy. We did a really neat pick guard today. That was, we did the clear Stratocaster pickups in it, and it came out really nice. Those new surrounds that we found finally that I've been wanting to use for years. That video didn't do very well, so I think a lot of people don't really know about them that much. But the fact that we can now do acrylic top and clear and whatever color you want on a regular Stratocaster pickup with a, you know, like on an open top telly where you can see the top of the pickup. It's like that, but for a Strat. And I'd been looking for those enclosures for many years, and I finally found them. They finally came available, is what happened. I think somebody had a trademark on them for a long time, and then they lost that trademark. So now we can actually have them and use them, which is really, really cool. Super excited about that.
Hawkman Hawk says, I just ordered the Headrush Core. Then all these companies start dropping new stuff.
Yeah, you know, this week might be a bad week to buy anything but pickups because with NAMM being around the corner, there's a lot of neat stuff happening.
Isn't it happening right now?
It's happening right now. But you know what yeah, this weekend. But the thing that I
must have started today. I saw lots of videos.
Well, it was a trade, like a pre-trade.
Oh, that makes sense because I saw Baxter and Ike.
Yeah, Baxter, Ike. Who else?
That's who I saw videos.
I saw a few people. Yeah. What was I going to say? It's what I predicted, though. Not what I predicted, but what the thing that I was thinking was going to happen a bunch, and it's not my idea. Obviously, we can already tell it's going this way. It's a lot of digital products on the processing and amplification side. There's going to be a lot of neat, cool guitars too, but I think on the digital side of things is where you're going to see the most new stuff.
C Fantastic says Gibson Flying V, Brothers AM, Jam Waterfalls, Strymon Volante, Fender Princeton.
Oh, see, Princeton guy. I'm a Princeton guy too. Absolutely.
K Sharp says I also have a preset match to Wham Lonnie Mac Tone Match Magnatone 440 and the pitch shifting vibrato Austin Buddy assisted with fractal replication using a PRS model amp. Archon.
The Archon. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's wild.
Nah, that's super cool.
Very specific.
For some reason, I'm getting a bunch of emails.
Super chat from John Own 20. Can't play any Roddy.
What's up, John? I think he just got a new guitar
Thank you
too.
for the super chat. He said, "Did you receive the order from TTG for my Super 8s with the EVH striping?"
They should have them already. I made those.
You made EVH striped pickups?
Yeah, I made those last week
I didn't see them.
and shipped them. They were super cool. They were super cool. Here, hang on a second.
They probably still are. We just don't have them in our possession.
Yeah. I tell you what. Accept that. Or is it just being accepted?
It's just loading, so I don't know.
Okay.
The video?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
You just open it. Well, open it in the downloads and drag it in, and we can actually watch his pickups being engraved. It's in here's the Finder. It'll be the last one in downloads.
This one?
Yep. Just drag it over to the top here, and it should.
Oh, it's not dragging. Not
You
dragging.
dang PC person. You want me to do it?
Yep, I do. Ha!
This will be worth it. Let's see. What does it say?
Add animated overlay or play full screen with audio.
Add animated overlay.
There's no audio. I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter. But basically, this is John Own 20 can't play any Roddy's pickups being engraved last week, I think. And I made a short and maybe put these on Instagram too. So, yeah, they turned out really, really good. The idea was to give it sort of like a fogged, sort of frosted look over the nickel so that it would be, so it would look like that.
Oh, that's us. I was like, why is this video 37 minutes long?
It's not.
I know we're live for 37.
And then I think I pick it up until you can see it closer for a second.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool? Yep. So there you go. That is your pickups being made last week. And I think the next day, I think I shipped them middle of last week. So he should have them by now.
John L. What's the best P90 guitar for someone that never had a P90 under $2,000?
Ooh, under $2,000? Easy. Texas Toast Challenger. And then have them put my pickups in it. Yeah, that's what I would say. Texas Toast Challenger.
Here's what you said.
Yep, and have them put my pickups in it. It would be the most fun guitar. You would absolutely love it. Do I have? Is mine sitting here? No, it's in the other room. Man, it's a great guitar. 24/7/5 scale, super light, really great feeling. Neck, absolutely incredible instrument. And you can have them built anywhere from like $1,400 up to about $3,500, depending on how you have it optioned. Mine, with the paisley top and everything, was like, I think maybe mine, did he stay up to 2,000?
I have no idea.
So I think mine was 2,500, but you can get them right at $2,000 all day long. If you want to get one at $2,000, get with me and I'll help you make it happen. They're so freaking good, and they're made in Colorado, and they're just so good. I've got 3-4 of their guitars now, and they're unbelievable. And I'm actually having another one built by them right now. Absolutely incredible.
Tazzy Tim said, "Can you etch gold pickups?"
Yes, we can. Actually, I just did that for Sean, McMillan, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we just did. kind of the same way where it looks a little bit frosty like that. So it'd look like frosty gold instead of frosty silver, nickel. But yeah, we can do gold like that. And gold pickups with paisley engraved on them look really cool. Yeah. Or like a rifle filigree. We did one of those. Actually, this is the knife that I got the idea from. Because I bought this knife with rifle filigree on it, and I was like, I wonder if I can do something similar like that on a pickup. And so that's where that came from. Actually, it was from this pocket knife. I love doing this laser stuff. The acrylic stuff's neat because, like on a P90, it doesn't affect the tone at all because of the way we make it. And same thing with an Enduro. Now, like on the Enduros, the Telecasters, and the Stratocaster pickups, we actually cut the acrylic itself becomes the top of the bobbin. So it's not a cover. It's actually part of the pickup. So like let's say you take a Stratocaster pickup and you have that black paper stuff on the top and then the gray paper stuff on the bottom, and you press it together on the magnets. Instead of using that black paper stuff, we use the acrylic instead. And so it just becomes part of the pickup itself. We have to make a couple little adjustments so that the heights and everything are right, so it doesn't affect the tone. But it comes out awesome. It looks super cool. It took me a while to get it figured out because to make sure that the friction fit was right with the 1/8 inch acrylic. But it turned out it's awesome now. We've got it down now. We just made a blue swirl Enduro, like a swirly blue Enduro. That's pretty cool. And then this blue mirror tomorrow is going to become Telecaster pickups. So we're actually going to use this blue mirror.
Putting it like plain, or you're engraving it?
No, we're not going to, but we could. Oh. Yeah, so that's another fun thing is you can take a color like this, and we can get this in any color, this mirror stuff. So it's actually like a shiny mirror, right? And then what you can do is you can actually engrave like paisley or a rifle filigree or something into it.
Very contrasty.
Yes, it would look really, really cool. Yeah. So this is going to actually become a Telecaster bridge pickup and then a Telecaster neck pickup with like a chrome, like a nickel surround that goes around it. So yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. I'm pretty excited about this particular set. I'm surprised Gary Redburn hasn't gotten with me on the blue mirror yet. He probably doesn't know that he probably doesn't know that I have it because I just ordered it.
I feel like he's here though.
Is he?
I thought he was.
Yeah. So this is going to be neat. And then the other thing too, so everybody understands, is any of these materials, we can do really fun stuff. Any of these materials we can also make a pickguard out of. And then what you can do, like with this stuff with patterns in it, is I can actually make it to where that doesn't matter with this, but it matters like with a patterned piece or a swirly piece.
Should be a pickguard with gold.
With gold mesh something?
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool. Actually, maybe I'll cut that tomorrow. So this is pretty neat. So like, let's say you have this patterned pickguard. We could actually, so let's say this is a Strat pickguard.
Gold doesn't show. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So let's say you take this and you make a Strat pickguard out of it, right? When we cut the pickup, so let's say it's a single hum. We could do a contrasting gold in these pickups. But what the other thing we could do is we can actually cut out the humbucker, but out of this actual piece, so that when we put the pickup in the guitar, the pattern actually matches and goes all the way across, like it's contiguous, even though we cut it out. So we would use that actual plug in the pickup part. So yeah, pretty neat stuff. It's super fun. I love the creativity of it. It's hard to get people to imagine what is possible. And so I think I want to make sure that I talk about it more because I hope people understand this is not necessarily like a big upsale thing, right? Like I'm not charging like $50 more for a set of pickups or something. It's not that. It's this is so fun. And I want to impart the creativity and the adventure of it to other people. So if you've always been a black or white pickguard guy or felt limited by the availability of pickguards, especially like if you're a lefty, all we have to do is hit a button and now it's left-handed. So that's no big deal. So those are the kinds of things that are really fun. And it's really hard to get people to be like, wait a minute, is this possible? And I'll try it. I love it. It's so fun to do. Yeah.
All right. Tazzy Tim said, can I get just the pickup covers etched?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Sean McMillan said, I have to say, the gold engraved covers look great.
Oh, awesome.
Gary Bertolo says, I use my Revolta Combinita 8 through my Rivera Venus 6 with a mower. I don't know what that word is.
Moor. They're the people from Asheville.
Oh, Brown Sound 3 and Richo.
That's a pretty rad setup right there.
Dog Dr. Tim said, we should talk about what can be done for my Eastman side jack. Seafoam green, not a fan of plain white pick guards, and some custom topped P90s would be cool too.
Yeah, so here's the problem with something like an Eastman side jack, because those are really, really neat. The problem with them is the availability of the files to make the stuff. So it's easy. It's relatively easy. So like I have Telecasters and Stratocasters figured out, right? And I could probably do Jazzmasters and I could probably do precision basses. Like that kind of stuff's easy because you can get the files. I can do Les Paul pick guards. I can do Les Paul back control covers and the switch cover. And I've all the files for all that. We could probably do like truss rod covers and stuff like that. But when you get into crazy stuff, an Eastman side jack is a really neat guitar. But the problem is with the crooked pickup, right? Because that's got a crooked pickup in it. And then the funky shape that it is, unless I can get like a CAD file or an SVG file for it, and then it's not only that, you have to take a bunch of measurements to make sure that it's all scaled correctly. Because you could make it a 1/16 of an inch too small, and then all of a sudden nothing lines up, right? So you have to make sure that all this stuff, it's a lot of work to establish a pattern for a new guitar. It takes me hours to do it. Basically what I do is I cut cardboard. I use cardboard as tests, but it takes hours to get it all figured out. And so, that's why I've been limiting it to kind of the more common stuff. But the pickup side of it, I have pretty much locked in. So we can do humbucker size P90s, regular P90s, Enduros, Strat, Tele, Jazzmaster. No, not Jazzmaster. Humbuckers, all of that stuff. Yep. I really want to make my version of a Charlie Christian pickup. That's on my list.
MDE George, you need to show more examples of the pick guards to have a visual.
Okay. I'll do what I can. To maybe, as part of all the live streams, here's what I'll do. From now on, I'll show a little bit of what we've got going color-wise in all the live streams so that people start to get an idea. Or maybe we should make some shorts.
Or maybe you should make a sold page like I've asked you to.
A what?
A sold page.
Yeah. I could do that. A sold like all the colors that we've sold so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. And sometimes this stuff is limited.
It doesn't mean they can get it again. It's not for
right. No,
but
that's
it
true.
gives them the imagination.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Because some of it, I mean, you could just say that it's custom, you know, that you did.
Yeah.
So, some of it's one of a kind.
I've also had people come to me and say, like this guy, he sent me a link. He's like, hey, this acrylic company has this color. Can you make a, and it just so happens to be the color, the company that I use. And so
he did his research.
Really
research wanted it.
time. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Gary Bertolo said, that's what I'm saying about the acrylic sparkle bathroom privacy for the pickguard.
Let's
see. Curtis Chavez says, I checked out a Cordoba stage artist traditional, waiting for mine to show up in the mail. Gear acquisition syndrome.
Nice. I've been playing with sounds lately. So I think, you know, I'd said for a long time that all I was really using was my Princeton, right? And that's all I was using. And it was really fun. And I think I kind of forgot how available a bunch of crazy fun sounds are. Even with this Black Star IDX50 that I just got to test. That thing is so much fun. You know, it's just, I think it's more fun for me personally than a Katana because it's got more stuff you can do with it, kind of. So I've been having a lot of fun with that amp, and then it made me go, wait a minute. So if I can do this sound on this thing just as an experiment, well, now I have a Kemper that I can probably do the same thing and then up the whole quality of like the actual sound. So I've been really playing around a bunch with different sounds and stuff, and I just trying to explore more, because it does make you play different too. It's hard. Like, I want to play different stuff in videos, but then people are like, you have to play the same thing. Otherwise, it's not a good A/B test. And I'm like, ugh. So that's why I just default back to playing the same 3 or 4 chord progressions and lead lines because, you know, and then everybody's like, well, you're not good enough. And I'm like, well, it's because I'm just trying to, you know, I don't even play this music really. Like, it's not really what I play when I play in a band or something. But to try to keep things consistent, I think you have to keep things consistent with the testing and stuff. Any other questions over there?
Nope.
Really? Well,
less than 7 minutes to go.
Do we? Before off-topic time? What else was I going to say? I was going to talk about something else. Oh, so, you know, I did this thing about Harley Benton coming off a reverb, right? And did a whole thing, a podcast on it the other day. And then there's a bunch of people that are like, well, I can build a guitar for $400, so why should it be possible? You know, why shouldn't it be possible? So on my other channel, on my DylanTalksTone 2 channel today, I did like an entire economics, not just guitar stuff, but like this is in a distribution system. This is, you know, the retailer gets 40%, the distributor gets 15%. Then you're left with this, and this, and this, and this. And then your net profit as a company after all the labor and paying all the bills is 10%. You know, so if you have a $100 product, I have $10 left to buy food with when it's all said and done. You know, like, and so like trying to help people understand that when you translate that to a $3,200 guitar, because I think one of the things you and I were talking about the other day is when you start to realize we've been very busy, right? Well, back in the day when it was just me, one little room, making some pickups. Yeah, we were plugging along and making a living, like the lights were staying on, right? But you're using one roll of wire every 6 weeks, Now we're using probably 3 to 4 rolls of wire a month, which is exponentially more expensive. And so the amount, when you look at a multi-million-dollar company like Gibson, just the amount of money that they have to have in a bank on a Friday so that they can be like, we need to buy this many more pallets of wood and pay all of this payroll and do all of, so it's literally immediately becomes, I'm starting to understand as I grow, like these bigger companies, what it takes on any given Friday, what they have to have in the bank to just keep the lights on. We're not talking about becoming millionaires. We're just talking about to keep the lights on. Because even around here, as we get busier and you're like, okay, well, we need to spend X amount of dollars on parts this week. Well, now that's every week. And you're starting to realize as you scale up that the numbers just get bigger and bigger and bigger. The profit doesn't actually get bigger, but the numbers get bigger and bigger. And so it's just an interesting thing that my brain had to click to lately. Cause I've always been kind of, I've had a successful small business for many years, but, having Brianna working here too now has been a whole nother thing that you're just growing to the next level. And it's so fun. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And I appreciate everybody supporting us.
Super chat from Tom Askey. Thank you for the super chat, Tom. He said recommendations for a basic beginner tube amp.
There's going to be a bunch of people that are going to tell you that Joyo stuff. And to be honest with you, if it was me in that situation, I would go look for a used Hot Rod DeVille. That's what I'd go look for. I'd look for some kind of used Fender. Blues Junior. Ooh, a Blues Junior, a Fender Blues Junior. That's a rad little amp. I used to have one of those. Yeah, that's the direction I would go in first.
Gary Bertolo says pickguard, 3-ply, black and tan, paisley snakeskin.
Yeah, 3-ply is a different deal because so all the stuff that you see that's normal pickguards is PVC, which cannot be cut with a laser, otherwise you die because of the chlorine gas, because it's polyvinyl chloride. So when you heat it, it becomes chlorine gas. I cut some Kydex on the laser last weekend and I was sick for the rest of the afternoon. And that was with the door open and everything. And I'm like, this is probably not a road we want to go down. And I cut one Telecaster pickguard and it took like a minute and a half. Well, not that, but pretty close to that.
Shane Walton asks, any thoughts on NAMM?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. I'll probably do a bit of a thing on Tuesday for the next Tuesday's podcast about it. I'm kind of waiting to see more stuff. I'm intrigued by a couple of things, but nothing. I haven't seen anything super groundbreaking. That new Quad Cortex Mini thing is pretty cool, though. I'm down with that.
All right, it's almost time, but I grabbed a few more things we should go through.
Lightning round.
Piezo pickup or an acoustic pedal? Which do you prefer?
Acoustic pedal.
Eric69, do I understand correctly? I can get humbucker size P90s with black covers?
Yes.
Mike Ford, That's not his username, but that's who it is. No wood wire and volts this year. Can't believe that was a year ago already.
Yeah, I would go, but I have so much other stuff going that I don't have time to go.
Okay.
It's off topic hour. So you can ask anything you want as long as it doesn't have to do with guitars after 9 o'clock. If you have a guitar question after 9 o'clock, it has to be in a super chat. Somebody last week was like, WTF, man, I came here and I don't want to hear about like coffee and stuff. I came here to find out about the thumbnail. And I'm like, well, you must have showed up after 9 o'clock. So just know that we do this every week at 9 o'clock. If you have, Montana Knife Company drops a new knife every Thursday night at 9 o'clock too. And that's why my phone buzzes. So if you have questions about anything, go ahead and ask it and we will probably answer it. I don't really have anything off topic too much.
We had a couple things come in.
Oh, we did? Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Mm-hmm.
Tim Ziegler
Let's see what this knife is.
says, I know you're into high-end pens. Can you recommend a quality mechanical pencil brand?
Do you have a favorite?
I don't know what my brand is.
Yeah, I can't think of what my brand is either. I have a couple that I really like.
Yeah, I really like mine. I mean, I like, not for probably what they want it for. Like I have some Kaweco pencils for different reasons, but I can't remember what the clear one I have is.
So, what is it?
What did she say?
She's gonna have to come in here because I think she's listening and she is trying to tell us from the other room. There's a couple of cool ones that like rotate the lead so that it always stays sharp. What?
No. What?
What is it? Oh, no. Can you grab the blue binder out of that cabinet in there?
And also go in my office on my little shelf and there's a pencil on the top. It's a lead pencil.
Yeah. I don't use a mechanical pencil too much. Actually, I tell you when I use it the most is when I go out to Texas Toast because I'm always writing on wood. And I actually got the idea. I was never a mechanical pencil guy, but I was actually doing a pickup winding class at Texas Toast Guitars. And one of those guys, thank you. And one of those guys used a mechanical pencil like tons. And I'm like, dude, what's up with that? And all right, so I got one. Oh, this is a uni, so like Uniball, like uni, UNI. They make pens. This is a Kuratoga, which is it's like because Uni is a Japanese company. Uni Kuratoga. This is a really neat pen because every time you lift up on it, it like rotates the lead just a little bit. So that's a Kuratoga Uni. And then I have this other one that I really like is this is by Pentel and it's an Orange, a Pentel Orange. And I like this one because I really like the grip. And this one does the same thing. When you lift up on it, it kind of like rotates the lead to keep it sharp. Now, Brianna does not like the rotating lead because she uses her pen.
I can't imagine I would like it either.
Because she uses the pencils to draw, and she wants
to create
an edge so that she can shade and she can have differing all that. So she doesn't.
I'm assuming she can't find mine, but she went to find more. I did. Oh yeah, I have more than one.
Oh, so for an actual pencil that you just want to like have a nice pen / pencil, she's right. The Retro 51, they make rollerball pens and fountain pens and stuff, but their pencil is really, really nice. Yeah. You have Kaweco pencils. What's that one? That one's a Pilot, no?
Pilot, yeah. This is nice because it has like the grip and it comes with all these weights. Like you can choose how you want it to feel.
I
So
forgot
that
about
one's
that.
nice. And then this is a strange one. I just wanted this because it does many things, including has some highlighters. This is I don't even just this is a pintail also.
Is there 8 in it or something?
Yep, 8 different color things. And then those are hers.
Yeah. Pilot Play Balance. That's what these are. Dr. Grip Play Balance. And they've got these weights in them to keep the balance right.
Oh, hers has weights too. Wait,
Yeah.
It's the same thing?
Yeah, but she's got hers in the back here.
Oh. No, mine's back here too. But these are interchangeable.
Yeah.
This moves, but these you can change.
Because a pencil is so light.
See how many she has? And I don't have that many.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because she likes a heavier.
So it's the same pencil though?
Yep.
Okay. And
Just
then
different
this
color.
is a zebra.
Mm-hmm.
Zebra. It looks like it says Durfit. Is that a word?
Dur.
Dur.
The Pilot Balance thing are probably the 2 biggest ones.
You're too loud.
You have to see this really fast. Both of you, because it's off topic and I'm allowed to show you. Yeah, it's a banana popsicle. He's eating a popsicle.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. We're watching our grandson eat a popsicle. Hey, buddy.
I'm sorry. Is it yummy?
Okay. That's so cute.
She said, show me again.
Speaking of grandson, off topic, he walked this week. So that's pretty exciting.
Okay. Give me a second to catch up, y'all, because we talked.
That's okay.
And,
We like talking about writing instruments. So, you know.
Okay. So the next one, I can go ahead and give you, and then you can talk. Jeremy P wants to know, do you have any Spyderco knives? I'm a fanboy now.
I do. I have a pair of 2. I have a Delica 4. I have a Shaman. And maybe another one. I had a Manix too, but I sold it. Yeah, I like Spyderco's. I really like the Para 2. That's my favorite. I actually have Flytanium brass scales on that, and it's really neat. I like heavy knives, so I like light knives too. My Delica 4 is actually my traveling knife. So, like, let's say I'm going to go out to Colorado and I'm going to fly. That's the knife that I put in my luggage. So it's not so expensive that if something were to happen to it, I would be super mad. But it's a really quality, really awesome pocket knife. So that's my Delica 4 is oftentimes my travel knife.
All right. Curtis Chavez says, opinions. Modern lamb's foot gentleman's knife.
Modern lamb's foot. So gentleman's knife, I would probably go lamb's foot. So lamb's foot or sheep's foot, that changes it. My first go with that would be a ProTech Malibu, but that is a bigger knife. It's like a more pocket knife size. Does the CRKT whatever that thing is called? I don't know. The ProTech Malibu is the one I think of. Or, well, yeah, I'm going to default to the ProTech Malibu and the sheep's foot. Because you can get that in any kind of colors, like really pretty stuff, like really nice, gentlemanly, and they're very slender and very nice, and they carry in the pocket pretty easy. There's a couple of knives that just came out actually at SHOT Show, because SHOT Show is also going on this weekend too. So I've been following all the SHOT Show stuff, and Spyderco actually just came out with a really nice little light. It's like less than an ounce, like kind of pen knife that you could put on a dress shirt pocket and it wouldn't even weigh a dress shirt pocket down. Like it's as light as a pen, and it's really neat. And I think it's under $100. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't remember what it's called. but it might not be out yet because it's coming out. You know, that's SHOT Show for you. But yeah. But if I was to default to anything to put in my pocket as a sheep's foot dress knife or something that looks nice that I could be proud to pull out in dress clothes, it would be a ProTech Malibu in the nicer colors. So like we talked about sapphire blue earlier. I have a black ProTech Malibu with a sapphire blue PVD blade, and it's beautiful. And I have some rose gold too. That's pretty cool. But I have a ProTech Malibu in sapphire blue. And so that to me would be my gentleman's knife. Kind of executive knife in a sheep's foot. I'm not a big sheep's foot guy, but they do come in that. So
Paul McNary said, I've used Pentel for 50 years.
yeah, I don't know pencils that well because like I said, I just don't use them. So I just know what I like. I just want it to feel, honestly, I want it to feel like a pen. I don't want it to feel like a pencil. I don't want to feel like I'm in school.
Tazzy Tim said Pentel Graph Gear 1000, and so did Tom Askey. Pentel Graph Gear 1000 for woodworking.
Oh, really?
That's two people that you know. Shane Walton said, thoughts on the chances of the American Ice Hockey Olympic team?
I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. Oh, the Graph Gear 1000. That's the one I have.
You dork.
That's that one.
Oh, maybe they were confirming that then. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one that I have. And I got that on the recommendation of a guy in a guitar class at Texas Toast. Because I was like, I think even that's how I got it. I was like, let me see that. You keep using that all day long. Like, you know, and he's like, and so I started writing. I'm like, man, this is actually super handy for what we're doing, you know, because you could make a note because he made notes on everything.
I was going to say that was somebody with a notebook too.
Yeah. And he would take notes and he would
I don't remember who that
he
was.
would write everything down, and he bought a pickup winder from me. Actually, I had an extra pickup winder and he bought one from me, but he would write everything down and he would, you know, take notes, and then he could take his pencil straight to, you know, drawing on his drawing for his guitar, or go straight over to his guitar and make a mark on his fretboard or whatever. And I'm like, the universalness of that is pretty sweet. So I think that's why I ordered the pencil that he had. And yeah, that's what it was. That's what it is. That's what I have.
That's what it is.
I just, you know, like I said, I don't know him very well.
Tazzy Tim said, last week I mentioned Kilkenny to you. Caffrey's is another outstanding Irish ale.
I've heard of that.
Curtis Chavez said, if my handwriting weren't such crap, I'd be more into writing utensils. I think if you were into writing utensils, your handwriting wouldn't be crap, because the two people I live with had bad handwriting and it's much better.
I just got an email from Guitar Center wanting to sponsor some videos. That's weird. That's really weird. Yeah, that was so cool.
Eric69 says, just don't seem old enough to be grandparents. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yep, I'll take that as a compliment.
But we are. Gary Bertolo says, are you familiar with the Ridge Blunner? I cannot read. Ridge Runner Blade. And then he said Bantam Light. I don't know if those two things go together.
Yep.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sean McMillan said, I purchased a Civivi Slippy Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
Slippy Cindy earlier this week from Melissa Backwoods. Looking forward to receiving soon. Wasn't very pricey, but was cool.
Yeah, those are neat. Yeah. Oh, Melissa Backwoods. Yeah, she's neat. She's got a YouTube channel. She was on that Naked and Afraid show. And then
I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
I am not good with names, y'all. Or celebrities.
She does a whole knife.
Modern things, really.
That's okay. I need to do some more videos on the other channel. because I do have some catching up to do with new pens and stuff. Oh, that's the other off-topic thing we did. So we went to Greenville, South Carolina, because this week was our 13th wedding anniversary. Monday was. So last Friday, because we wanted to go when stuff was actually open, we went to Greenville, South Carolina, and we went to Truffet, which is a fountain pen company, and bought a couple of things. So that was pretty neat. I got a really neat sterling silver Parker from like 1993, and it was new old stock, which is really cool. And got her a new pen too, with some material from a guy that we know. He's a world famous pen guy, but he actually just lives like 20 minutes from us. And so we got one made out of that stuff. And yeah, we had some fun stuff. And then we just went and did some antiquing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. And then I just ordered another pen from them today.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah, because I ordered that rocket pen.
So they still did have it.
So they had two of them, and they'd sold one, and she said they had two. Well, they sold one, but the one they sold wasn't the one we were looking at. The one they sold was a relic one. The one we were looking at had the stainless was all aged, which is the one I wanted anyway. So that's what I got, because I was looking on eBay and I'm like, these things are going for what I'm about to pay for this. These things are going for 2 and 3 times what I'm about to pay for this. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it and see if I can flip it.
Talk about it first.
Yeah, I'll make a video about it, because
it is cool.
It's a very interesting art pen, like a themed pen. It looks like a rocket, and it's very, very cool. And it's not the only rocket pen that I have, because I have that Soviet rocket pen too, which is really cool. I don't know if I can't get what I want for it, I'll probably end up keeping it, but I'm sure I could probably sell it and make some money. But it's really, which I'm not usually into, but this particular deal I got is bonkers. So
Graphite and Cigars says, I know I'm a few minutes late, but the Uni Curatoga is an amazing mechanical pencil. If Brianna has not tried Uni Graphite line of pencils for her art, hands down, they are the best in my opinion.
Uni Graphite? Good to know. I'm going to write that down. We're always experimenting with this stuff.
And the Uni Curatoga?
That's what I have.
Oh, that's what you have.
I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Uni Graphite.
So I actually have both of the things that they just said. I have the...
That's so funny.
Yeah. I'm going to write this down. And then actually the pen that I'm writing with right now, I just got recently too. This is the Big Idea Designs Pocket Pro in bronze. So
almost say it's washing machine safe.
You could almost say it's washing machine safe. Well, it is. The
washing and drying.
Yeah. The insert is not so much.
But if you get a pocket pen, don't leave it in your
pocket. Yeah, don't leave it in your pocket. I put it through the washing machine because whoops. But, oh well. It's fine now. It's fine now that I cleaned it all up.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was while it was in the washing machine, it just kind of like filled itself. There was a bunch of ink in here. Mm-hmm. And so it just kind of kept coming out. So I had to totally disassemble it, put it in the sonic cleaner, because we have a sonic cleaner for this stuff, and run it a few times and get all the ink out of there, and then let it dry. And I put it back together. It was fine. But
so the pencil you just wrote down, Graphite and Cigars, said they are expensive and can be hard to find in the entire range. They are worth owning. The graphite is buttery and smooth, with none in the range being scratchy.
That's good to know.
Steve B says, any recommendations for videos on how to properly sharpen knives? Also, do you know if Worksharp is a good brand for sharpeners? I'm just getting into this stuff and don't know much yet.
Yes, Worksharp is really good. I have a bunch of Worksharp stuff, and it's very good. That Worksharp Pro thing seems expensive at $250, but it's actually not. And it's actually a very good system. I actually have the one before that, the lighter one, but the Worksharp one for $250 is really good. Now I have a TS Prof, but those are, $400 to $800 to $1,200 depending on what you pay for them, which one you get. So you might not want to go that deep on it, but as far as fixed angled stuff, yeah, that Worksharp thing is pretty good. As far as how to sharpen, I really like Jared Neves, Neves Knives on YouTube. And then the other one would be, I believe it's called Outdoor 55. Try Outdoor 55 also. Those are two channels so Jared Neves actually sharpens professionally. He has a website. He sells sharpening supplies. He's a knife reviewer, but he actually sharpens. And so one of the things, part of his review is how good does this knife sharpen, and, choosing an angle. And he's really good he has videos about, like, not every knife steel takes the same edge. Not every knife steel is good at 15 degrees versus 20 degrees, like that kind of stuff. So if you want to get really nerdy about like all that, he's really good about it. Outdoor 55 is really good about the actual mechanics of sharpening, like on a stone, for example. So I would look at those two channels. Those would be my go-tos. Now I'm a fixed angle guy, so I don't think about it that much. I just choose an angle and I use fixed angle. And it works really good. So are we talking now I want to know uni graphite pencils. Oh, there is like a set. Okay, I see this now. I'm just trying to understand how they come and whatever, but it looks like it doesn't look like they're that expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this and find the right stuff. I would like to know what the right stuff is, because I don't want to get the wrong stuff. But Mitsubishi Uni graphite pencils.
Cool. Well, we're caught up.
All right.
22. How do you feel about that?
I think that's pretty good. I'm glad we were able to come and hang out. All this stuff. I didn't know we were going to talk about pencils. Now I'm all interested in pencils again.
I get that. I like mine.
Yeah. Go to the website, buy tumblers, because we have them now, and hit me in the chat on the website if you're interested in any of this custom color stuff. And we'll probably see you in a video tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out.